I read this today. I didn't even know it was a thing. Apparently, in the federal budget last year, the federal government announced that they were going to put a levy on farmers, Australian farmers, producers of Australian food, so that they could pay for foreign food being brought into the country to be screened. So they're saying to Australian farmers, you know, we know we're importing this food from other countries, which I suppose in some way, you know, downgrades your market because that means there are other things in the market for people to buy. And by the way, we're going to make you pay for us to screen that food. Now, they've very quietly done away with this proposed levy now.
Right.
One wonders why they finally decided they would do it. I can't believe it was a thing in the first place. I'd never heard of it. So very clearly it was very quietly introduced and now it's been very quietly removed. But fancy telling farmers that you have to pay so some foreigner can import their food into our country.
The farmers have likened this to making state of origin players pay for security at the gate. What the
irony of this is that the minister responsible is Murray Watt, and you'll remember Murray Watt just before Christmas talking about how he was doing everything to make sure prices came down for food. Have a look.
I've got a very simple message for the big supermarket chains. Hands off our ham.
So there he is talking about we're going to make food cheap, we're going to get into the supermarkets. Meanwhile, he's putting a levy on farmers. So as you said, Caleb, they're literally paying for foreigners to bring in food as a competitor. And it was going to add $150 million in levies to Australian farmers. So you've already got farmers being taxed to the wazoo. You've got the whole renewables thing where, you know, transmission lines are being put through properties, land is being converted to solar farms. It's no wonder so many of our farmers want to leave the industry, which then puts us in a position where food security becomes a massive problem, and it's all the doing of a government that boasts, on the one hand, they're trying to help food prices come down while hamstringing the very people who produce the food.
Oh, boom, boom, hamstringing. I wonder whether he picked up the phone to WA, by the way, and said, hands off our ham, after that story dropped on the weekend that they were going to get rid of the ham and cheese toasties from the Western Australia.
Murray Watt is on the job. That man's passionate about ham. Not so much cost of living, but he loves his ham.